Hey, my name is Jacob Fasig. I am from Nashville, Tennessee, born and bred, still live here today. I went to school for undergraduate at Lambeth University in Jackson, Tennessee, and got a master's degree from Memphis Theological Seminary in Memphis, Tennessee. My hobbies in life are strongman. I really enjoy doing strongman. It's the kind of stuff that you used to see on ESPN where the big guys move the big stones or pick up cars or throw kegs, do that kind of stuff. I enjoy doing that kind of thing a lot. I also do CrossFit. I enjoy fly fishing. I enjoy cycling. I enjoy doing stuff with my girls. I have two amazing girls and a wife, and we do a lot of stuff together, and so I enjoy doing that kind of stuff. As far as superhuman skills or stupid human tricks go, I don't know that I have a lot of stupid human tricks. I'm pretty good at art, painting and sculpture, that kind of stuff. I also am really great at moving heavy, odd objects from one place to another, which comes in handy with the strongman stuff. But the thing that is probably most unique about me is that I'm really good at most things. Most everything I have enough knowledge and experience in that I can do them really proficiently. I might not be the best, I might not be great at everything, but I am good at generally most stuff. It's something really weird about me, but I get into a lot of things and I really enjoy learning about new things and trying to be better at whatever I'm doing. And so that kind of has developed into a skill or stupid human trick throughout the years. For the last 3 years, I've been mainly working in the church and doing ministry, being a pastor. Specifically over the last year, a lot of things have changed in that. One, I started a church plant. And what that is I've been the pastor at our second campus from Hermitage United Methodist Church and preaching there and teaching there. And a church plant is something where a church says, great, we would like to send you into another community to start a new church. And so over the last year, I've been developing my team, my leaders, and doing all the things that it takes to start a new church from scratch, and providing all the leadership and direction for that. And it's been an incredible experience. The other thing, about a year ago, come this August will be our year anniversary, is I opened a CrossFit gym. Myself and another person who is my partner, he runs the day-to-day operations and I do the back-end stuff from home. I go there and work out and do that kind of thing. Over the last year, though, predominantly my work has been in church planting. And what has happened over that last year is getting ready to launch a brand new church and then being hit by the COVID-19. Now, through this time, starting in 2020, our main campus has started to dwindle, both, kind of taking a hit in attendance, taking a hit monetarily. And then when COVID hit, giving went dramatically down. Now in the church plant, in the community where I was serving, our actual giving went up. It went to a point better than it was when we were meeting together in person. And so we were doing really great stuff. Our main campus, being an older crowd, kind of started diminishing in both giving and attendance. And then, of course, during COVID, it's all online. And our older generation hasn't made that transition really well. And so the church as a whole has decided they can't let go of those people. They can't allow those people to kind of leave and start a new church. And so the church plant has stopped. And so they decided to not do that anymore. And so that brings me to a career transition, a place in my life where I'm kind of ready to do something different, ready to do something new, ready to experience something new. And so that's what brings me to you all. There's been many times over the years of anticipating problems, filling voids. Part of my deal every week, every day is anticipating issues that might happen. Over the years of leading volunteers, there's bound to be volunteers that don't show, that don't follow through in what they're going to say, that don't stand up when they're supposed to and do what they're supposed to do, what they've been asked to do. And I've had to anticipate that every single step of the way. Even now, making videos every week, I have to anticipate what could happen and be ready to pull an audible or to fill that position, whatever that is, along the way, so that we can get things done in video and uploaded and where they all need to be by Sunday every week. It's been a total different way of anticipating things than it was in person. In person, it's a lot easier to anticipate problems, because if someone doesn't do something, you just can step up and do it and act like nothing was supposed to be different. Like this is the way it was always supposed to be. Doing videos and capturing different people is a completely different deal, because you can anticipate as much as you want, but if they don't get your video on time, you're in a bind to try to have to reproduce that, and it happens, and it can happen. And calling an audible or doing something different is not a big deal. It's something that I've become very accustomed to over my years in ministry. A time when my team has had to have the back of my teammates. I operate best in a team model. I love working on a team model. I love being a part of a team. I love being a part of a group of people. I can do solo leadership. I don't enjoy it. I just don't like it. I don't like having to be the solo leader. I'd rather bring people along with me. I'd rather be the leader that might be out in front, but bringing people with them, helping people come along, helping people become better at what they're doing, helping people do the things that they feel validated and feel like they're getting a win when they do them, right? So inevitable in team dynamics. Recently, I've had a staff person come into my office and was complaining about our senior pastor and saying, I don't understand why we're doing this. I don't understand why he said this. And it was a great opportunity to just sit and listen. Part of being a part of a team is listening, listening to people. And so I was listening, and not to be a part of some kind of triangulation going on, but just to be open to listen to them. And then be able to walk them through kind of why that was said, why we needed to do things this way, why we were moving forward in this way. And at the end, we were on the same page. We were still part of a team. We were able to move forward. And then I was able to have a conversation later with our senior pastor and say, hey, this is the conversation I had earlier. I wonder if it would help if we did things a little differently next time and kind of went out this way instead of the way that it happened, so that people can kind of come along with us, as opposed to just saying, this is what's going to happen and I need you to change, that kind of thing. And so that stuff happens all the time, being a part of a team. You both have to be a part of team player to people who are working for you, and also a team player for who you're working for as well. It goes both ways, so that everybody's on the same page. Communication is so important on the team. There's a large part of my life that has been documented through a blog called fitby40.blog. And age 37, I decided I needed to make a change in my life for the second time. I found a scale finally that would fit me, and I was well over 415 pounds. I was shocked. I was sad. I was depressed. It was terrible, and I know I needed to make a change. So there's part of me that says, I love plans. I love making plans. There's sometimes I've made plans and I've never executed them. There's times, trying in a Southern term is fixing to, right? I'm fixing to make better choices. I'm going to try to do something. And what does that get you? Nothing. Trying doesn't really get you anything. Doing, you learn a lot in doing. And so in 2017, before I was going to turn 40, about 2.5 years, I decided to make a change. And you can't try that. You can't just try to make a change. You either do it or you don't. And the change either happens or it doesn't, right? If you do instead of try, you'll experience change. And so I dropped well over 100 pounds and kept going down and being more fit. And I was, in fact, hit all my goals by 40. I was unstoppable. And then I started kind of losing my goals, right? I started trying more than doing. I started planning more than executing. And what happens is it's a journey, right? You move and you make adjustments and you change, but you have to do. You can't just try. And so for me, my life story is a story about doing. My life personally, in my life, it's about doing. It's about doing the hard things that make an incredible change in your life. And through that, I've experienced things like freedom that I never knew or was a thing that I was lacking in my life. Freedom from movement, freedom from getting around, freedom for doing whatever the heck I want to do because I'm physically fit and able to do them. It was a huge change, and I never would have gotten there if I just kept trying. If I kept trying the new fad, trying the new weight loss plan. Truth is, I had to do it. I had to eat right. I had to work out. I had to emotionally get into a good place. I had to work on me inside and out. And all of that requires doing, not just trying. Now, over the years working in church, there's plenty of times you get bad feedback. You have hundreds of people that listen to you every Sunday and are glad to offer all the feedback necessary. One of the first times I got up to preach at Hermitage, it was in the older service, and I preached and I was walking out and shaking hands at the end like you do, or like we used to do, and everything, I was like, it was fine. It wasn't great. I didn't knock that one out of the park. I learned some things I could have done better. I'm evaluating myself as we're going, through the service. And the next day, Monday morning, I walk into the office to an email from a wonderful gentleman who decided to count how many times that I made, like I said, or had some kind of weird guttural thing. And so he counted them, logged them on his bulletin. I'm glad he was paying attention in the sermon, and decided to send me that on Monday morning. I would love to tell you that I just took that like water off a duck's back. I did not. It jabbed me in my heart. And I got defensive. I was the guy that was like, why wasn't he paying attention to what I was saying instead of, being, nitpicky about stuff? I can't believe this. And I finally got to a point where I was like, he's right. He's right. That should not have been. I can be better than this. I think this might be coming from a place that is trying to make me better, trying to push me to be a better communicator. And although it's never been a problem before, and I don't know why it was a problem that Sunday, it certainly was a problem that Sunday. And I have to be better. And so a few months later, when I was able to get up and preach again, he emailed me again Monday morning and said, great job. Only a couple times they weren't distracting. Fantastic. I appreciate your work in making that better. It was some difficult feedback and it hurt, but it makes me a better communicator. It makes me better to serve and to do the job that I'm asked to do. Feedback helps. I'm always evaluating myself. I'm always open to feedback. I love receiving it because I believe that people are trying to make me better at what I'm doing. And that's what I want. I want to be the best at what I'm doing every single time. And if I'm not there, help me get there. I want to join this team because I believe that you are truly making an impact in the world and in people's lives. I really believe that. Over my years, I have experienced really terrible leadership. Not all the time, not across the board. I'm not making a blanket statement, but I've experienced some terrible, terrible leaders. And to be on the other side of that, to be a part of a group, a community, a team that is actively changing a culture, changing a community, changing a corporation from the top down, helping leaders lead better, helping organizations be better, helping them move forward, helping them hire better, all the things, helping organizations be better at what they're doing so that people who have experienced bad things in their life don't come out of a opportunity or a business in the negative, in the deficits, so that they go to another business and bring the same kind of toxic thought. But what if we could actually make a huge impact in the communities, the cultures that we get to impact? That would be awesome. And I truly believe, from what I'm reading, from what I've seen online, this is exactly what you're doing. And that's why it resonates with me. That's what excites me about it. I would love to be on the other side of that, helping people be better at what they're doing. Whether that's organizationally or whether that's individually. I would love that opportunity to be a part of that. And I think I would be great at it. I think I would be really be great at it. So why me? Why on earth would you ever want to talk to some pastor that's been pastoring churches for like 20 years? Like, how does that fit in corporate America? Well, being a pastor, I learn a lot of things. I've developed a lot of skills, and along the way, here's the top 9. Here's the top 9 skills that I think that effectively would benefit you as an organization, but also help me grow as a person as well. I think these are mutually beneficial for each other, and so here they are. I've had to grow in resilience. I've had to develop resiliency over and over again, whether that's budget shortcomings or whether that's people not doing what they said they were going to do. I've had to be resilient, had to be able to move and shake at the moment's notice. Leadership I've developed, communication skills I've developed, collaborative efforts, always collaborating with other organizations, other community members, all that kind of stuff. Marketing, I've had to be great at that. Church planting. Project management, customer service, research, problem solving, all 9 of those things pushed together are things I've been honing for the last 20 years, and I think that they would be an incredible asset to you. And so I would love to talk about it more, and I appreciate you listening to this.